Now, some people would be willing to eat less meat, but they lack the willpower. Human engineering could help.
Laughter?
Just as some people are naturally intolerant to milk or crayfish, like myself, we could artificially induce mild intolerance to meat by stimulating our immune system against common bovine proteins. And in this way, we can create an aversion to eating eco-unfriendly food.
Dude. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This looks like a really odd topic to be going over on the Carnivore Science channel, but I have a very good reason for doing this. You have got to listen. This is only 5 minutes long, give or take, and you really need to listen to the views that are coming from the people who believe that you should not eat any meat. It's very enlightening. Let's get into this.
Climate change is one of the biggest problems that we face today. Millions could suffer hunger.
And regardless of what you think about that statement, please keep watching. It doesn't matter whether you agree with it, don't agree with it. It doesn't make a difference in what is about to be said here.
Diseases, coastal flooding as a result of climate change. We may be beyond the point of no return. Scientists believe that we have no choice but to consider geoengineering. This is large-scale manipulation of the Earth, such as spraying sulfate aerosols into the ozone layer in order to increase the reflectivity of the planet. But geoengineering is very, very risky. We have never attempted these technologies on such a large scale. So we could end up destroying the entire ozone layer. I want to consider a class of solutions that have never been considered before. Human engineering. It involves the biomedical modification of human beings. I'll give 4 examples. Here's one. 18% of greenhouse gas emissions come from livestock farming. So if we eat less meat, we could significantly reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. Now, some people would be willing to eat less meat, but they lack the willpower. Human engineering could help.
Laughter?
Just as some people are naturally intolerant to milk or crayfish, like myself, we could artificially induce mild intolerance to meat by stimulating our immune system against common bovine proteins. And in this way, we can create an aversion to eating eco-unfriendly food.
Dude. Did you hear what came out of his mouth? He said the really, really quiet part out loud. Keep in mind, this is not a comedian. Not a comedian. A bioethicist. So he's serious. He's not being funny. Gets worse.
And we can do this, for example, by having meat patches, kind of like nicotine patches. People can then wear these patches before they go out for dinner to curb their enthusiasm for eating meat. Here's a second example. Our ecological footprints are correlated with how big we are. A car uses more fuel to carry a larger person than a smaller person. Larger people also wear out shoes, carpets, more quickly than smaller people. So, another possibility is to have smaller human beings. That's right, being small is environmentally friendly. Thank you. Just a 15 centimeter of reduction in height would mean a mass reduction of 23% for men and 25% for women. So how can we do this? we could use pre-implantation genetic diagnosis. This is something used in fertility clinics to screen for embryos with genetic diseases. We could use it to screen for children who will be smaller. Third example. We can also reduce our greenhouse gas emissions by lowering birth rates. There's a direct link between cognition and lowering birth rates.
There's also a direct link with low birth rates and the demise of a nation. Like your country will not survive if you lower birth rates. Just saying.
US, people tend to have more children before age 18 if they have lower cognitive ability. So we could use cognitive enhancements like modafinil or Ritalin to lower birth rates. Final example. Many environmental problems are the result of collective action problems where people are unwilling to cooperate for the greater good. But studies have shown that people given the hormone oxytocin were much more willing to share money with strangers and to behave in more trustworthy ways. Oxytocin also improves our ability to read other people's emotions, which is a key capacity for empathy.
Oxytocin is what they gave me when they wanted me to go into labor faster.
So we could give people oxytocin in order to increase their willingness to cooperate with other people. So why should we take human engineering seriously? Because geoengineering is very risky. If it goes wrong,
Oh, God help you if you actually, you want to be kind to the trees and the soil, not the humans. Definitely.
geoengineering could end up destroying the entire planet. In contrast, the human engineering technologies that I've been talking about, PGD, oxytocin, are already safely available for other uses. Also, human engineering is applied at the individual level, so the risks are much more manageable than something like geoengineering, which takes place on a much, much larger scale. Finally, human engineering could also be more liberty-enhancing. In response to climate change, some people think that we should adopt China's one-child policy. This is very drastic. But given certain fixed allocation of greenhouse gas emissions, human engineering could give families a choice between having one large child, two medium-sized children, or three smaller children. This is much more liberty-enhancing than a policy that says that you can only have one child. We are the cause of climate change. Maybe we are also the solution to it. Thank you.
So, what's interesting about that is, no, that man is not a comedian. He is a bioethicist. He's actually very well-known climate change activist type person. And he has proposed some of these things, like it looks like everybody's laughing, and it's a TED Talk, so he's not at a comedy club. These are the kind of things that those people would propose to do to make the world in their own image. Very interesting and horrifying at the same time that anybody would propose some of these things. For instance, the whole birth rate thing. If you do not have the right birth rate as a country, you will be on the decline and you'll be on your way out. Just like America has a problem with the birth rate right now. Believe it or not, a lot of people think that's not a thing, but it is. The reason I actually pulled this video up to look at is because I had seen this person in an interview in the past, and he was discussing the fact that there is something called alpha-gal syndrome, which is caused by tick bites, and it causes meat aversion. And he was proposing that somehow they use that disease in order to manipulate the meat supply, or manipulate humans so that they would not want to eat meat. That is diabolical on so many levels. So I felt like this is very important to dig up. Now, this video was from, like, I think 2013. The other video was a more recent video, but I could not find it. It might be that I just missed it. But that is what got me paying attention to this guy in the first place. So let me know what you think about this presentation and these ideas. Like, do you think they sound as crazy as I do? Because I think they sound insane, and also authoritarian, and also horrifying. Can you imagine if our meat supply, either the meat supply or we, were tainted so that we couldn't eat meat anymore? I mean, I can't even imagine where that would end up. And I can't believe that people actually believe that animals, the existence of animals, causes climate change. So, I mean, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. So anyway, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.